Something that we haven't touched on in this series, which is very important, is sequence settings. So to find your sequence settings, simply click sequence at the top of your page and then click sequence settings. So this is what you'll be presented with. To edit your sequence settings, simply click on this part. So currently it is set at 1920 by 1080. That is the basic setting that you will see for on-screen. So that is basically what you should be using for most things. If, however, what's becoming quite big these days is the likes of your TikTok reels, so that would just be it flipped. So for example, if I change this to 1080 by 1920, then you will get basically what looks like a phone screen, and that's how you would edit using that sequence. But we're going to go back to our sequence settings and change that back to 1920 by 1080. So here's your sequence, and then something that's quite interesting is that if you bring in 4K footage, so footage that you have filmed which is in 4K, you will see that you have a lot of room to work with because of how it's filmed and basically the way your sequence works. This is great because you've got so much freedom. So if I put this to fit the sequence, which is 1920 by 1080, this is what you've got. But also, if I zoom right in, or if I cut in like this, you'll notice that you don't lose any quality. Now that would not be the case if it were obviously lower resolution footage. You would begin to see some deterioration of the quality of the footage, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way it works. So if you're able to film in 4K, absolutely do it, and you will reap the rewards when it comes to editing because you have so much freedom when you're editing. So that's just something to take note of.